Riders on the storm. Riders on the storm. Into this house we're born. Into this world we're thrown. Like a dog without a bone, an actor out alone. Riders on the storm. There's a killer on the road. His brain is squirming like a toad. Take a long holiday. Let your children play. If you give this man a ride, sweet family will die. Killer on the road, yeah. Girl, you gotta love your man. Girl, you gotta love your man. Take him by the hand. Make him understand. The world of
That ain't gonna be good.
life don't ever end.
This setting sorted.
Gotta love your man.
Here I am. I knocked it off earlier. I forgot all about it. It was fun. I'm back. How are we doing? That's better. You can see. I was going to say that's better because you can see my face, but that's probably not a good thing. Thought I might have dropped, shows what I know. Well, this is it. Yeah, I was very, very sceptical when the markets were going to open today. What was going to happen? I'll put a video out. You know, I did not expect the market to bounce, but when you think about it realistically, what are people in crypto going to do? They're going to put their crypto into stable coins, thinking that the market's going to tank. Are they going to take it out, put it in the banks that they don't trust? No, they're going to buy more crypto. They're going to buy stable cryptos or ones with decent long-term prospects. Bitcoin, Ethereum, decent long-term prospects. So it's a really weird one. Musical. Calm before the storm. Absolutely. We are the riders of that storm. Damn, it sounded like an 80s DJ. Crypto with power. Is it just me with lift music? Alright, I'll tell you. It is a little bit lift music. Come on, man. It's doors. You can't say it's doors. I mean, I can stick some of my normal stuff. To be fair, let's have a look. What do I like to listen to? Oh, shit, I can listen to. Oh, let me listen to some of this, man. Get rid of music, we can't hear you. Mate, that's not a bad thing.
A company.
We have crosswise with live music.
On the run. A destiny.
Is that still loud? Is that coming through still?
Oh, it's all rising sun.
I'll give it no music for you. There we go. How are we doing? Is that better? I need to get my mixing desk out. Yeah, welcome to Crypto Radio. Mumble jumble. Okay, right. So cool. Yeah. So very much an unexpected Monday. I expected things to be horrendous. They are, but they're horrendously good. I mean, checking out some of my big players, we got MUX Protocol up 21%. We got Arai Chain up 21%. Filecoin 22%. We got some really good gains across the board. You know, obviously, Moonriver up 10%. TAP has done really, really well actually the last couple of days. But even things like Polka Bridge, and this is something that I was just talking about in the Discord. I've looked at Polkabridge, and I forgot how much I like this project. Um, it's a really good peer-to-peer trading platform on Polkadot, and it's got a tiny market cap. And I mean, the graph, boom, says that. And this could be quite a big player in the Polkadot ecosystem. I mean, as well, they've got 182,000 followers on Twitter, yet their market cap is less than 7 million. I mean, it's crazy. So yeah, I forgot how good that looked. So I'm gonna have to put that back on my list because I really like that. Thank God for that floor 11 penthouse. Think he's in the Hangover movie. Possibly. We'll see. Okay, right. Let's check in with Bitcoin then. I'm not going to look at the daily. I'm going to zoom into the hourly. I want to see what kind of action's going on here. I mean, you can see here. I mean, this was pretty. This is very strong for Bitcoin. We know what's been going on in the market. Of course, we had this lovely rise. We consolidated sideways on the hourly, and that was enough to reset the RSI on the hourly. Hence, we've carried on. So I'd love to see some more of that. You know, we are approaching some. You know, we've broken through 24K. Now 25K is where we have rejected a few times. We rejected 3 times and then went down. So it's going to be really interesting. We've got obviously CPI data and things to come out soon. So interest is going to be an interesting time. Now, I don't like eating here, but I will because I'm going to do a crypto chaos. He gets away with eating on his live. Why can't I? I've got to protect the wife. Big green candles, absolutely, and this is amazing stuff for Bitcoin. I really like this. This is looking very strong. Thoughts on the new CEO Signature Bank saying government deliberately shut them down? We've got to take all that kind of stuff with a pinch of salt. I do think crypto banks have been targeted in some way, but I also sort of go along with poor management by the government. You know, they haven't tackled the root issues that have given the banks extra problems. But a lot of these are really bad. Totally peed off with these prices. You wanted to buy more. Me too. Don't get me wrong. We could come back down, but I'm going to carry on DCAing. Bitcoin's doing very, very well. And we could see some really strong Bitcoin movements, but the altcoins, comparatively, this isn't like an altcoin bull run. These altcoins haven't exploded yet like they can do. So it's really Bitcoin that's leading the way. We will then have an altcoin run. So I think if you're interested in altcoins, I think we've still got time to pack our bags. I mean, as I said, projects like Polkabridge. I mean, look, there's literally nothing on the chart. This is not. We haven't come back up a third like Bitcoin has. Bitcoin was at 69, came down to 15, which is less than. It was 80% of all time high. And it's back up to 25, and it's a good 1/3. So it's seen some good recovery, whereas the altcoins haven't seen that yet. This is probably a little bit overly done. Polkabridge needs some adoption, but it's quite good. Did I fall out the lift? Carl, how are we doing, buddy? Good to see you. Thank you for joining me again. Good to see you. You must be really bored if you come and listen to TikTok, buddy. But I hope you're very, very well. We won't hear anything till after hours. Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. We aren't part of the communication. We're part of the exit liquidity and people fixing it, paying to fix it. 0.5 or 0.75. I'm actually in the camp that says maybe the US government don't raise interest rates at all to give the banks a chance. They may well have to turn the printers back on and not put rates up, or at least do a 0.25, not a 0.5 or a 0.75. They will probably go the opposite way to what we agree. Bailouts. I'm very reluctant to say that we'll see bailouts again. We saw that in 2008 with the banks when they collapsed, and we've been paying for it ever since. We've had COVID, which we're still paying for. Well, we haven't even started paying for yet. I don't know if we can afford a bailout of these banks. I mean, HSBC bought the UK arm of SVB for £1, as they do. But that debts will still be written off. Money will still be lost. I love the way the banks are trying to resist crypto, then show us exactly why crypto is needed. 100% agree. 100% agree. This is, we are retreating to Bitcoin and crypto because it's safer than the banks. Yes, Cole did come into the Discord earlier and do a little bit of showing off, a little bit of flexing. Time to spend some money. But Cole's a hardcore crypto fan. He was into Crypto.com very early. Of course, he launched a good Unicron project, so that was quite good. HSBC shareholders must have been thrilled. Well, it depends what they bought for £1, doesn't it? Have they bought everything, including the debts, or have they just bought the assets? I suspect for £1 they have got some of the debts. And maybe the UK arm of SVB isn't that bad. Do we see any contagion coming into the UK banks? Yes, we will. SVB and Signature are major banks. They will have divisions in the UK. We've already seen that HSBC have bought the UK arm of SVB. So they will have contagion in the UK and Europe. Have I seen Sidious? Let's have a look at. I don't think I'm even familiar with that one at all. Let's have a look. I do want to have a look at some projects tonight. I want to start looking at what we're going to be buying on the way up and on the way down. Hopefully on the way up. So 19% supply, not great, but not the worst out there. 13 million market cap, fully diluted 68. Where are we going? We're Ethereum based. We've got a Certic audit, very nice. All-time charts. So this project, or CMC chart at least, starts in December 21. So it launched at the end of the bull run, and it's been pretty flatline ever since. Zooming into the last 3 months, we have had a recovery up from 0.1% up to 0.3 cents. So it has 3x'd. What's the use case? The first WebGL AAA level play to earn gaming metaverse. Bored already. How many of these are there going to be? There's not going to be many that survive. I think, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that this is a rubbish project. I'm just saying there's a lot of these projects out there. We've got AAA gaming, we've got Unreal Engine 5. They've all got it. They've all got the best thing ever. They're all going to be the best thing ever. There aren't going to be many winners. And when you get actual gaming companies come into the blockchain, they're all screwed. Let's face it, they're all screwed. If you know, you know. Let's have a look. FDIC have had closed door meetings and said bail-ins this time round. Bail-ins. Mr. Beast is an investor. Doesn't mean a lot. Look at Jake Paul. Look at the Paul brothers. I mean, look at the Crypto Zoo. Don't mean shit. I mean, actually saying that if a celebrity's involved in it, I would walk away. I would literally walk away. There's only one reason Mr. Beast is involved. They want an investor. Now, Mr. Beast is apparently a nice guy. I don't know him. You don't know him. We see his YouTubes and we see what he does to get views and what he does to get attention. But a celebrity endorsed or celebrity invested project, I'd walk away from. Crypto Zoo was the best thing ever. It was going to be amazing, and they completely fucking rugged everyone. I mean, I wouldn't go anywhere near that again. After playing Twitter Spaces for a few minutes, Cole, you're a legend, buddy. I appreciate you popping in. I'm trying to do more in the Twitter Space, as you probably know. But yeah, it's a long, hard slog. So I'll hopefully see you around, buddy, in one of those Twitter Spaces very, very soon. But thank you for popping in. Did I sort out my USDC in Vela? No, I just left it there. To be fair, I don't have a lot of USDC in Vela. It was in one of their pools. It's still there, so I've left it there. I may well take it out and buy more Vela tokens before they do the snapshot, and we'll see what happens. I'm going to do a crypto chaos now. I'm going to eat on camera. I don't care. but I won't spit. Because that's just rude. Thank you for the follow, Gaza. I appreciate that support, buddy. Very, very much. Thank you. You're not going to let this lift joke go, are you, Mark? Try and give you a bit of entertainment. Let things warm up. And what do? You pick on me. But no, that ping means I've got another follower. So we were heading for 21. We've smashed 21, which is amazing. Thank you for your support, by the way, people. So if you don't see it already, up here, top right, I want 22. I'm going to keep growing. We're going to keep going. Mr. Beast, Animoca, and hundreds of others are invested in it. So if it's got hundreds of other investors, they're all going to want some liquidity to pull out then. The more investors you've got, it doesn't make it good. I mean, I haven't looked at the tokenomics. I don't know the vesting schedule. But if it's got hundreds of investors and some really big investors, and you've only got 20% of the supply out, you're exit liquidity. That's what you are. So check the vesting schedule, always. Are we bullish for the next month? No, not until the end of next week. If we're still in this position at the end of next week, I'm going to say, yeah, I'm bullish. But we've got a bit of FUD to get through this month. There's a lot of decisions that the government have got to make and get right. And there's a lot that they'll probably do wrong. But we'll see. XRP news, there is none as far as I'm aware. Ripple have said that they got minimal exposure, but they have got some. I did. I was cooking pizzas and I dropped one on the floor. It did a flippy flop. So now I've got to eat the freezer pizza. That's my dinner. Mark's always bullish. Mark is Mr. Positivity. But to be fair, since he called the start of the bull run 70 days ago, he's pretty much been right. He didn't predict the dip, but I don't think any of us would have. No. This is the freezer pizza. It's even worse than eating the pizza off the floor. You've mastered your ledger. You got 15 XRP on it. Fair play, buddy. Glad to see you're keeping that crypto safe. Hard earned. Hard earned. Exactly, Mark. You do have dips in bull runs. You're 100% right. It's not a straight line up. We have to expect the dips. And I'm really, really pleased, actually, because we've had some major news events in these channels. And look where we are. If anything, the worse this is what Bitcoin was designed for. The worse the economy gets, the better Bitcoin will perform. It shows and highlights the weaknesses of the current financial system. And people are turning to Bitcoin when they're not sure of what to do currency-wise. It's exactly what it was designed for. Mark is on fire barring a couple of days. He absolutely has been. Mark's a very established investor. Primarily, he's XRP, so he's a bit biased. But generally, he's pretty good at calling the market. Between him and Eric, we've got it covered. We usually get differing opinions. But if they agree, then I'm going to get excited. My thoughts on Energy Web Token, fantastic use case. I'm not overly familiar with the project, but I do know that really, in terms of blockchain projects and carbon offset credits, Energy Web Token really is the leader. There are lots of projects now coming up as competitors, but they're a long, long way away. Market cap's 111 million, fully diluted 372. So again, 30% supply, not great, but you're safe if you check the token vesting schedules and staking releases and all that kind of stuff. All-time chart, we saw an all-time high of $20 in the bull run, and that doesn't surprise me at all. It does surprise me that it didn't run up higher in November, because actually the carbon offset credit narrative actually became stronger towards the end of the year. But they were still kind of leading the way. So, and that doesn't bother me too much. It was probably just It was a narrative that wore off. But I think long-term carbon offset credits are a strong one, and generally renewable energy in general, which obviously Energy Web tokens are part of as well. So I do like them. I think they are one of the larger projects in the field, and possibly one to watch. What could they grow to? I really don't know. Being the leader, we don't know how big this can get. But carbon offset credits and renewable energy is a huge market that blockchain will be very useful in. 100%. Yeah, Mark's into XRP, didn't you know? Has CZ been buying Bitcoin? I've got to think that that's fake news. CZ would not come out and say he's buying Bitcoin with BUSD because that means that he doesn't have faith in his own stablecoin, which is fucking ridiculous. He's basically, if he's done that, he's basically said, "Yeah, I've overexposed, I've run it badly, and I've bought Bitcoin instead." I think that's false news. I think we'll find out in a few days he didn't say that, unless he did. I'd love to know the reason why, because he's basically admitting that BUSD is flawed. Thoughts on VeChain Thor? I fucking hate reward tokens. I don't see the point of them. If you like VeChain, invest in VeChain. It doesn't need a reward token. It's complete bullshit. If VeChain's a good project, you buy VeChain. You do not need the reward token. It annoys me. It's like a subculture. You just don't need it. Will you buy any Optimism now? Coinbase is going to use it. Optimism looks really strong long term, but I love the Arbitrum network. Things like GMX, MUX protocol. I like Zigzag as well on ZK Sync. They've all done extraordinarily well. I think as we lose faith in the banking system, we're going to see protocols, DeFi, centralized exchanges all do incredible things. So I would be prepared for big narratives in terms of DeFi and trading, perpetual trading protocols. GMX is already massive, but it's only $500 million. It will be sizable. I mean, we've just got to think about how much things were worth in Matic in the bull run. These quick swap perpetual exchanges like Aave, things like that, they were huge money. MUX protocol, I can see being up there with it as well. But you've got lots of decentralized exchanges and perpetuals coming up in ZK Sync and in Arbitrum and in Optimism. But I prefer Optimism. I prefer Arbitrum. But Optimism, I believe, will do very well. Its partnership with Coinbase makes it strong. But we'll see. I think there's a little bit of... We've had the buy the rumour, sell the news event on Optimism. Obviously, the price has come down and it's rallying back up now with the rest of the market. Is it overvalued? Let's have a look. Optimism right now. So it's $2.60. It's up 26% today. $818 million market cap. $11.1 billion market cap. So here's your problem. It's being a relatively new project and being heavily invested in by VCs, there's a lot of tokens to vest. So again, if you are buying and trading Optimism long-term, short-term, medium-term, I don't care. Check the vesting schedule. 7% circulated supply. If another 5% hits the supply, your investment will nearly half. And 5% on a token vesting schedule is not a lot. We've seen it with HBAR, 6%. Decimated their price. So be very careful with Optimism in regards to token vesting schedules. Be careful. I do like it. As I said, long term, I think it's got potential. But that fully diluted market valuation right now for a relatively new project is completely overinflated. I like it. I would not be buying it now. And we've got to remember the rally it had. The rally that Optimism had. It was trading at under $1. It's now obviously got up to over $3, and it's now at $2.60. This should still retrace. It's massively overvalued, and the supply is very low. It's good to have a balanced debate in the Discord, though. So between Mark and Eric and everyone else in there, we do get both ends of the spectrum, and it's really constructively debated as well. I like the fact that you guys can just, talk about it, sensibly. You've got conflicting ideas, but you just agree to disagree, and that's exactly what I want in the Discord. I want us to be fully educated and think about both sides of all arguments. I think that gets us a long way in the Discord. It's good to have people like that in there. I'm just going to come down through the comments a little bit quicker now because I know that we are getting some messages in. So I do appreciate your support here. Right, that's not for me. That's not for me. Just remember to sell your XRP before it goes to zero. Gonna tap to 10k. JJ, thank you if you're tapping away on the likes, buddy. I really appreciate that. If you want to tap away to 10k, I would really appreciate that support. Thank you very, very much indeed. The gas token on Base will still be ETH. Yes, it will. Yeah. So Base, that is the project, isn't it? So it's run on Optimism, but it's for Coinbase. They're still using ETH, but Optimism being the network will still get some token traffic as well, use case. So Coinbase will probably have to do something with Optimism in order to use their network. We've not mentioned ARB since Core Apes. Arbitrum since Core Apes. No, we haven't. No, Core Apes have kind of taken over our narrative a little bit. To Mark's disapproval because he's not an NFT fan. Not many people like NFTs. The only really reason why I like Core Apes is because of that stake of the validator node that they're going to have with Core. So Quorum obviously launched on the 24th. We get our NFTs on the 22nd. The airdrop snapshots on the 24th. The validator node's already got 100,000 tokens bought into it. So when the snapshot happens, we will all get a share of the airdrop against that 100,000 or whatever it is it ends up being. Vila market cap with a bull run. Oh, that's a good one. Let's have a look at Vila's market cap in a bull run. I think we've got to be very careful with Vila Exchange because they are doing an airdrop. It's confirmed. So, and they're doing it based on use space. So the more you use Vila, the more airdrop you'll get. So if you hold the token, if you stake the token, if you provide USDC VLP pair liquidity lending, then you, again, that's more use cases. And the more you use the exchange, the more airdrop tokens you will get. But again, they've got a very, very low circulating supply, so we're going to get hammered with this airdrop and with token vesting as well. So although I'm into Vila Exchange, I'm not massively into it. I do like it. I think it's very, very good. Arbitrum's already got a few good exchanges coming out on it, and Vila does look very, very good. I'm not going to say it's not. But I'm primarily there for the airdrop, and we'll see how it develops. There are a few other ones that I really do like, and Vila would be a secondary choice for me. But yeah, I mean, decentralized exchanges are going to be very, very big, I believe, in the next bull run. We don't really know what these decentralized exchanges will do. There's going to be a lot of them, but Arbitrum, I think, is going to be one of the bigger networks, and therefore a lot of the DEXs stand a very good chance for success. So, it's already at 33 million. I mean, I think we'd be safe to say that, with regards to a bull run situation, if they're still around, it wouldn't be unkind to say we'll maybe possibly 100 million. I'd be happy with that. But we will have probably quite a harsh dip on the way because of the airdrops. We'll have to wait and see. Optimism is super strong. It is very, very good. But as I said, just that, be wary of the supply situation, please. Don't forget to always check the tokenomics. Check the vesting schedules. There are websites out there. I can't remember what they are off the top of my head. There are websites that tell you when projects are vesting, or you can just dive into their details yourself and have a look. Thank you for the TikTok and the roses, knowledge is power, and all the other gifts. Blimey, you spammed them there. Thank you very, very much indeed. I've got to turn that notification back on, actually, because when I'm behind the messages, I don't see them. Still got 6 months before we release any more. So Optimism, there you go. Someone's already researched it. Optimism, no more tokens being released for 6 months. So you're safe to trade for 6 months before that supply becomes any more diluted. The help and advice offered in Discord is brilliant, along with the humour. It absolutely is, Mark. Thank you. It's a great community. There's a hell of a lot of knowledge in that Discord, all being shared for free in good humour. And as I said, it's really good as well, because when we do get differing opinions, it's just a differing opinion, and we get on with our lives. We don't fight and argue about it. We all have different opinions. It's all good. Thoughts on a Leaf Zero? Again, not another one I know a huge amount about. It is very popular. I certainly don't hold it at the moment, but let's take a quick look. So it's $1.41, up 13% today, 283 million market cap, 434 fully diluted. So we've got about, well, I don't know, 2/3 of the supply in circulation, which is okay. All-time high is in the bull run, and it was April. Well, actually, it was late in the bull run. April 2022, $3.10. There we go. So it's been to $3.10. So all-time high is just over a 2 and a bit X away. But this was launched quite late on. You know, April 22 is quite late, so it's very, very strong for the bear market. I've got to say, I'm quite impressed. So it's a privacy-enhancing proof-of-stake public blockchain with instant finality. Very, very good. Who they're partnered with and things that will really drive how successful they're going to be. But for a layer one privacy network, that seems like a reasonable market cap. Supply seems okay, and I know that they're very popular. There's a lot of things that people like about it. So, you know, some of their tags that they private themselves with. So they tag themselves with privacy, ZK proofs, smart contracts, and a few other things as well. Staking, substrate. So yeah, some good things to Leaf Zero. So yeah, maybe worth diving if you're interested in that kind of thing. Radix below pre-sale price, lovely jubbly. Sometimes it pays not to buy when they launch. Quant Analysis. I don't do analysis, buddy. I do opinions. How are we doing? Good to see you, buddy. Let's have a look. So Quant went on a nice little run with Bitcoin as well, actually, up to, it spiked to $1.29. We've come up from, where were we there on the local low? Oh, come on. Don't be silly now. There we go. So we went down to 105. So we've had a nice run on Quant. We're quite high on stochastic RSI, but it's been a bit wibbly wobbly. This is the 4 hourly. Quant is strong for me long term. I look at Quant long term as being a very, very good investment for me. I'm hoping for 4 figures on Quant long term. Maybe in 2-3 years we'll get 4 figures on that. Maybe sooner if ISO etc. is very kind to us. USD still off peg, slightly concerning. Yes, it is. And I think you and I had similar thoughts on this as well, Matt. I think you mentioned it. There's going to be a lot of people that have been playing the futures game with it, USDC. So now it's repegged. We're going to see quite a big sell-off, which will put pressure on it again. So it's going to take a bit of up and down before it properly repegs. But I do think it will repeg. I'm not overly worried about it, but it shows how volatile and sensitive these things can be. Is Tangi a scam? Honest answer is, I do not know. They keep delaying it. They have changed the use case slightly. So they keep delaying it. The Telegram's still open, which would suggest that they're not. One of their guys reached out to me briefly and then changed his mind. So I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I've put a decent lump into Tangi in their pre-sale. What was it now? It must be like 18 months ago, maybe more. And they've still not launched. But they've changed their use case from just being a cannabis industry token to more of a financial solution. So it makes sense if they can pull it off, but it's got to launch sometime. Otherwise, people are just going to be really disappointed. And there are people in the Telegram talking about refunds. Great financial advice. No. ABT updates. ABT. Is that ALBT? Alliance Block. I don't have any updates on Alliance Block, but what's ABT? Is that something different? Arc Block. Arbitrum. No updates on Arbitrum, other than the fact that the ecosystem is kicking ass today. Arbitrum is going to be very big in decentralized finance and protocols, and that narrative has probably performed as strong as AI today. So, yeah. Arbitrum's doing me very well. MUX protocol up 20% today. Very, very nice. What other ones we got? Arai Chain is one of my AI ones that I like, up 17%. Some good strong ones in there. FET token 17%. We're doing all right. GMX, of course, 15% again. So yeah, Arbitrum ecosystem is strong. We've had some other ones as well. Zigzag on ZK Sync doing very, very well as well. Let me just check, actually. I'll just check the current details on those. I love it. I love it. I love Green Days. So MUX Protocol for me is actually saying it's up 22% today, which is fantastic. GMX 16. Grail 21% up today. Grail token. I nearly forgot about Grail token. I can't believe that. But yeah, Grail token 20. So ZZ up 27%. Zigzag 27% up today, and that is the only DEX token you can buy right now on ZK Sync. ZZ. So yeah, I like ZZ, and they've already had an airdrop, and I think it's already dumped. So I think I missed that entirely, which is good because it means I bought it cheap. We've got Affinity Finance up 12.9% as well. That's looking good. Vela Exchange 13.8%. So yeah, Arbitrum ecosystem is looking very, very strong. So I'm really happy with the way that's going. Gala $1 by the end of the year. I really hope so for you, buddy. I know you like it and you're a big believer. I can't say I'm as positive about it. I do like the project and I like the platform and what it's doing. I'm just pessimistic about the tokenomics. But you know that already. And you're still here, so that's good. Random one. Thoughts on ETHW with potential of Binance listing? ETHW, is that ETH proof of work? The old ETH. I don't know. Do you know what? I still haven't actually researched ETHW. What's the use case of it these days? It's just a miners token, isn't it? It's just going to sustain the miners. What does it actually do? Is it a separate network now? I don't think it is. You saw Green Day at Reading years back. Green Day live. That would have been nice. You're talking my kind of era there. That's good. Thank you for sharing live, people. I do appreciate that. Keep that going. Keep hitting the likes as well. Absolutely amazing work. Thank you. 8,500 likes I can see there. Keep those coming in. 42 in the room, which is pretty good as well. I'm liking that a lot. Right, give me some more stuff to look at, folks. How about Bitcoin Cash? Any thoughts on it? I'm not a fan of Bitcoin Cash. I've never researched it because I've never really understood it, to be fair. So let's have a look now. See if I can educate myself. I always like looking at things I haven't looked at before. Let's do it. Bitcoin Cash, BCH. So it's $126. It's literally based upon the tokenomics of Bitcoin, isn't it? So it's 2.4 billion, almost fully diluted, 2.6 billion. All-time high was in December 17. So you can see here it's a project in decline. That all-time high there and the spike afterwards, it did not achieve all-time highs again in 2021. So and the later spikes in the bull run weren't that good either. So I think that is probably a project in decline. If it's not achieving new all-time highs and we're seeing this continue to go downwards, for me, that is a project in decline. I wouldn't like that. I'm a long-term investor, and that chart for me says underperforming. That's gone through two bull runs, and the last one was a lot weaker. So you had a high here of nearly $4,000 in 2017. When we get lots more adoption in 2021, they only managed to achieve 1,500. That's less than half. So for me, that's a no. Thank you for the share, Bricks and Slides. Appreciate that, buddy. Crowlon Mars doing me well. Tournamental doing okay-ish. Tournamental crypto is very, very, very young. And being a gaming platform, like an esports tournament platform, that needs a big push in terms of gaming to happen. And that hasn't happened yet, really. We've seen AI, but we haven't seen gaming and metaverse really pop off. I think when it does, tournamental crypto could be doing very, very nicely. And it's a tiny market cap still, I believe. If we have a look at tournamental crypto, where can I see that? I think it's on PooCoin, isn't it? Let's have a look on PooCoin. I believe the ticker's TCN. No. Let's see if I can spell. No, TCAP, that's the one. So yeah, I mean, market cap's $28,000. This is from the same team that did Crawl on Mars over on the Kronos chain. Not the same team, some of the same team. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. It's some of the same team. And when the narrative's strong, you can see what it does. It does go absolutely mental. They don't market themselves at all. They don't have any kind of thing like that. This is natural spikes in adoption. So when it happens, that will run up quite nicely. That one, Tournamental Crypto. In terms of Crawl on Mars, let's go and have a look at Crawl on Mars, CLMRS. We had these guys in for an AMA. I think they're one of the earliest AMAs we had on the Discord, if I remember rightly. And it does look very, very good. So market cap 374,000 for primarily a metaverse project, but they do have play to earn and NFTs as well. Play to earn and NFTs are already out and done, so it's just now biding the time for the metaverse launch. So Crawl on Mars, as I said, great team. We had them in for an AMA. It was a really good AMA. Ian, head guy there, very, very good. And I believe Tournamental Crypto might be his son. I think possibly. But I can't remember. There's a few crossovers there. But yeah, market cap 374,000. Another very small project. I like it. I hold a bit, as I do with Tournamental Crypto as well. Not a huge sum because they're low caps. You don't need to hold a huge sum. Sorry, I'm just catching up on some questions now. I've fallen a little bit behind again. Can I look into stacks? Will, just a moment. Just need to catch up. Avalanche, Starknet. I need to look at Starknet because that is getting some some popularity. Crawl on Mars is a scam. I don't think it is. I would disagree with that one. Very much a good project in development. I'm not sure where the scam part comes from. Can you lend me 5k? Took my advice and now you're crippled with debt. You couldn't have taken it very well because I don't give advice, and what I've done, I've been fine. And I share everything I do. So yeah, see you later. If I had to pick one ISO coin, which one would I pick? I would probably pick XDC. It's the most corporate of them all. XRP, obviously Ripple, XRP is pretty corporate. They're into the banks and things. But if I could only pick one in terms of return of investment, I think XDC is looking pretty tasty. 10,000 likes, thank you very much. Actually, 13,000 likes. I'm way behind on these questions. Thank you for smashing those likes, people. I do appreciate that. Huge, huge likes going through. Probably done it before, but I've started with Illuvium. Do I think it's any good? Illuvium's been around a long time. Everyone shouts about all-time highs, previous all-time highs with Illuvium. Talk to me when they've launched. They've had the beta in operation now for well over 12 months. Why haven't they launched the alpha? I'll tell you why. They want to grab as much liquidity as they can when they launch, which is okay, but you will be exit liquidity. 23% circulating supply, 164 million, 704 fully diluted. Yes, the all-time high was something ridiculous like over 2K, and we're at $70. Will it achieve all-time high again? I don't know. It's very, very popular. And there we go. So I mean, according to this chart, $1,800, but I think the all-time high does state something like 2,000. For me, I don't like it. Why did they not just launch the project? Because it's like 95% of all the others that are exactly the same. AAA, Unreal Engine 5 graphics, blah 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 blah, and you'll never see the game. If they do launch, it might be worth holding one or two just as a gamble. But I think it's a gamble with this industry. By the time we're into the next bull run and we have the next generation of metaverse games coming out, Illuvium's left behind, unless they've been developing. But I don't think they have because there's nothing there that shows you development. Yeah, I don't like Illuvium. I don't like games. I'd rather invest in a platform for gaming than I would an actual game, because we've seen the beta. Why haven't we seen the full game? Because I don't know if they ever tend to release it, or if they do release it, it'll be in the bull run where they can just sell as much of their tokens on you as you can, in which case you'll just be exit liquidity. Didn't trust him in the AMA. That's fine, but I mean it's unfair to say it's a scam because you don't like someone. I mean, unless they've actually proven to be a scam, then you can't really say that. I think that's unfair because they aren't a scam. They are. They're delivering everything they said they're going to deliver. Illuvium is trash. Look at Core. Let's go. Look at Core. What was the other one I had to look at? Tango. You said a coin as well, didn't you? Core or Quorum? Quorum. Yeah, absolutely. It's your opinion. You can, yeah, absolutely. In terms of Crowline Mars, if you don't like it, you don't like it. I just think that terminology of a scam sometimes comes out of people's mouths very, very easily. So we're looking at Core or Quorum. I think I might just get some of the newish coins with low caps. That's not been in a bull run. I think that's a great play. Lend you 50p. Where are we going? Tango Mike, was it you that had a request? Let's have a look. Stacks. It is Quorum. Okay, I'll do Stacks and then I'll come back to Quorum. Did I type that? That's Wrapped Stacks, not Wrapped Stacks. I'm going to have to smash through these quite quickly, people. I've got about 5 minutes left of the live, so I'm going to smash through Stacks, then we'll get to Quorum, and I'll see what else I can squeeze in at the end. So Stacks is up 26% today. Circulating supply is 75%, so that's not bad. Current valuation, $1 billion, 1.4 fully diluted. All-time high, November 2021, perfect. All-time high at the height of the bull run is what you want to see. 2.9, basically $3. Current price 79 cents. So possibility there for a 3 or 4x maybe. Back to all-time high if it can do it. Bitcoin layer for smart contracts. This is where it's going to come into its own, because Bitcoin now, smart contracts and NFTs are a thing again on Bitcoin. So that's where Stacks is coming into play. It's with the ordinal NFTs, I want to say. I can't remember. But yeah, that's where their spike's been recently. And I think that Bitcoin network getting some usage is not a bad thing. So Stacks is definitely one to watch, I think. Yeah, in crypto, it's very easy to call something a scam. You can think it's bad, but I think sometimes a scam is used very easily. I know what you mean, though, Bricks and Slides. See, if you don't like it, you don't like it, and that's cool. We all like different things. My hair is really receding at this angle. Yeah, gee, yeah, it's going. Sneak preview. It's going soon. Right, okay, Quorum. Let's have a look at Quorum. Let's go. Okay, so Quorum is a community-owned token. There was no pre-sale, there's no investors, there's no VCs. It was a launch on XRPL. It's a third-generation Layer 1 blockchain. As you can tell, I know quite a lot about it. I like it. Current circulating supply is 100 million core tokens, all of which have been airdropped to XRP and Solo token holders. And obviously then they've hit the market, which we can currently trade on various exchanges. Maximum supply is 500 million. There's another 150 million token. Well, technically, there's another 100 million tokens being airdropped. So you're basically looking at, if they're all in the right place, you could be looking at a one-to-one airdrop or more. If not all the tokens are placed on validators or onto the right wallets, they won't get an airdrop, which means we get more than one-to-one. So core token holders that do it the right way, set up their trust lines in their wallets, we will get an airdrop of 100 million core tokens. XRP Solo holders, if you do it too, and you set up your X-Core trust line, you will get, I think it's a share of 50 million X-Core tokens. Xcore tokens are slightly different because they're basically like an option. So if they get to a $10 valuation, I think it's $9 or $10 valuation, and they stay there for over 10 or 20 days, again, I can't remember exactly, then you have the option you'll be able to trade them, basically. If they don't get to that price, you'll never be able to trade them. So it's an interesting approach to doing the airdrop. They're really trying to still reward XRP and Sologenic supporters, but they're really rewarding their own supporters now in Quorum. So, yeah, an interesting strategy to say. It's a really interesting way of getting a supply out there. Should I invest a junior ISA account and then pocket the money myself when my kids turn 16 legit? I have no idea. That's financial advice and also for your own ethics. I don't know. You can play that how you like. Do I day trade? If there's an obvious narrative, sometimes I play the futures market, but other than that, I don't know. It's too risky. I'm a long-term investor and I just kind of like go with the flow. What do you think about the HBAR price? HBAR for me has always been solid utility, solid partnership, solid use case, good team. I don't like the fact that it's owned by no one but multinationals. I don't think that's so good, but also it's a positive because they've got a lot of collective power between them. They can pretty much do whatever they want. HBAR's obviously seen a kind of an exploit or a weakness happen recently. There is now more of the supply out there that has hit the market. It did devaluate the token, as we saw. When did that happen? Boom, right there. So there we go. So we did see a decrease in the supply. Sorry, an increase in the supply, and therefore a decrease in the price of the token. But I think HBAR is very, very good long term. And as I said, with these projects, you've got to check the token vesting schedules, because if you'd have bought this like 2 months ago, the price of your token would have been hit by the supply change. Do I like Casper? Yeah, Casper's okay. I mean, I don't hold any of it, so therefore I don't know an awful lot, but it's decent. Loads of great info tonight, Aaron. Thank you, Phil. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that, my fellow ape. Right, okay, folks, I am going to wind it up there tonight. It's time for my Betty Buys. So, yeah, if you don't follow me already, please remember to hit the follow here on TikTok, but also join the Discord. It's completely free. The whole community is very helpful. We're all suggesting different things in different directions. Really, really open chat in there. So please drop in. And as I said, there's a lot of knowledge in there collectively. So, as I said, completely free, and it's a really well-humoured Discord as well. So, whatever your question, whatever your knowledge base, wherever you're starting, it's a Discord that can help everyone. So please do jump in. Really great community, and I